What do you think is the biggest threat to Minnesota right now? What can we really unite around and try and solve, and what would be your strategy for doing that?
Well, I think the biggest threat, if you want a threat, is the unallotment process the governor used, and the fact that I think it's totally unconstitutional what he did, and that the legislature should have come out swinging immediately after he did it and challenged his right to be able to do that, and his violation of what I think is our constitutional authority to not only raise and decide how money's spent, but to write laws, which right now he's actually writing laws. I don't know where he's getting this authority, and nobody's really taken him on.
Well, what would be your strategy for fixing that?
Well, I asked leadership in early June to think about a lawsuit. I wanted to bring a lawsuit. Senator Thomasoni, my senator, and I, and the Range Association of Municipalities and Schools, and a few individuals sued the governor over unallotment in 2003. Unfortunately, we didn't win, but it was a whole different issue. It was about whether a fund called the 21st Century Minerals Fund, where general fund money had been transferred into that special account, whether or not it was general fund money and the governor could unallot. But this is a whole different issue. This is usurping the authority of the legislature. And for people to sit around idly and not do anything about it, to me is, you know, I don't understand it. It's incomprehensible to me. Right now, a governor, any governor, whether the governor's Tom Rukavina or Tim Pawlenty, can basically sign every spending bill and then decide to unallot.
Do you think he's making some of his decisions for his future and not for Minnesota?
Well, I don't think the governor's been making any decisions for Minnesota for the last 3 years. And in fact, you know, he's been missing in action here for the last 6 months, or almost for 6 months. And I think the people of the state of Minnesota are getting fed up with him. I don't think he could, well, he's never won an election with a majority of the votes in Minnesota. So I don't know where he's coming from and what he's thinking when he thinks he can be president of the United States. But, you know, that's his... I guess that's his dream to pursue, but he's got a job to do in Minnesota, and he should come home and do it, because what he's doing right now with his borrowing that he's decided to do this week is borrowing from our kids' future so he can have a political future, and I think that's not only wrong, but I think it's somewhat hypocritical. It sounds
sort of against his own amendment.
Well, it sounds like, you know, I think he's being very insincere in his claim that he loves this state and loves the people of this state, because what he's doing to them is not, where I come from, any sign of love.
Let's